What's up, fam? Roaming Sands here. We are super stoked because we are getting ready to go drive down a little bit south and look at another RV. If you guys saw our previous video, you can tell that we were not happy at all with the RV convention, which is something Dakota will go through a little bit more on our way down to the trailer. But we are super stoked to go look at this. It's a little bit older. It's a 2017 Forest River Surveyor, but the people didn't really use it a lot, and they did a lot of upgrades to it, which we're really stoked to see. So we have a bunch of questions we're going to ask, and we're going to take a bunch of videos, and we're going to bring you guys along with us.
Yeah, it should be good. We're really excited to ask this guy about what he's done, and the more we've looked into it, it seems like the older model RVs are the way to go compared to the newer ones, and that's something we'll get into later in the video as well.
I'm going to drive, and Dakota's going to talk to you guys.
Hey guys, so we are on the way down to Salida, Colorado, which is just outside of Castle Rock. We are still about 40 minutes out. We've been on the road for about 20 minutes from Westminster. Really excited to go see this trailer, especially after the debacle that was the RV show that we went to in Denver. We didn't really see a whole lot of stuff that we liked. And from what we've been reading as well, it seems like pre-COVID and right at the beginning are kind of like the sweet spot for trailers, especially getting a used one. The build quality was a lot better. People weren't rushing through them. There wasn't the big RV like boom at the time, so they were putting out a lot less of them, so there was a lot more time and effort being put into the ones that they did put out. So that's a big tell, especially with what we saw at the RV show, because
the amount of things that were like, you could have probably just peeled things off, and then like on the floor, on the like push out areas, there was parts literally coming up. I'm like, this is a 2026 RV and it's already like coming apart. Yeah. We were honestly just like shook with it being just like so overwhelmingly like busy and not even like really getting to take the time to look at all the specs. We were in each RV for maybe a minute and we were just like, what is happening?
We saw one that we liked,
and it was the first one we looked at.
Yeah, which is like, it really set the tone for the rest of the day. But no, we're the more we look at this one, the more we get excited about it. We're trying to not get too excited, but at the same time, we're really just amped to go down here and just another one and another floor plan and another model that we haven't checked out before. And this one has had a lot of stuff done to it already that we're thinking about doing to
save us a lot of time and money. Exactly. The stuff that we would already want to do to an RV, but it's just already done.
Yeah, and it's got the break-in period already there. The guy spent 2 full seasons in it. It's got the Arctic package. Apparently he's done a winter in it. He said it's super warm, so that's a big plus. So yeah, we'll see you down there.
So we are going to start in the back of the trailer in the bedroom. It did surprisingly have a lot of storage, which was nice. They got a new mattress, so it's a queen mattress. It is very comfortable. And then lifting the bed up to check the storage underneath. It's a little hard to do with one hand, but we got it done. Obviously, like I said earlier, they didn't clean it up too well, but that is a decent amount of storage, so we can vacuum seal a lot of our clothing. Lots of stuff on the sides, long cabinets, which is pretty nice because we do unfortunately have a lot of stuff. We have been in the process of downsizing, but the more storage the better for us, so we can bring a little bit more stuff with us. The top all the way connected through, so that would be a great place for us to have extra backup clothing in. Then it leads into the bathroom. The toilet wasn't the best, but it is a porcelain toilet, which is nice at least because that is a big thing for us. Definitely needs a deep clean and maybe a painting. Same with that back wall, definitely needs some loving. But more storage, which is really nice, so we can have towels and linens and any extra stuff. For us, storage is a absolute huge thing. A lot of trailers that are coming out nowadays either have great storage or have really horrible storage, which kind of sucks for us. I was impressed with the size of the shower. We could both fit in there comfortably, which is another issue that we keep running into. I'm 5'9" and Dakota is 6 foot, and we don't fit into a lot of the showers, especially the newer ones. And this one we could also both fit in, which is kind of big for us because right now we do always shower together. But even if we couldn't, this is a much bigger shower than we have found. The sink we would probably want to replace because it is a little bit older. But all that storage is so amazing. I don't really wear makeup or anything, so that could just be used for backup storage for anything that we need, skincare and stuff like that. Underneath too, they kind of just had schmutz everywhere. Storage. Dakota is outside talking with the owner. I kind of took the inside job and he took the outside job, so we can just kind of double team it at the same time. Same again, just love the storage everywhere. This cabinet they built, there used to be a couch there, which is huge for us because we love cooking and we don't really need that extra couch. So we love that they put this in, more storage once again, so we can have all of our cooking supplies, and we have so much more space in the kitchen to allow us to fully cook, which is really nice for us. Me just checking all the drawers because I have the worst OCD. Nice wood on top. And then this is the living area, which they also changed. It was a full dinette, but I do also like this more. And then an area to have a TV that we can put on a swivel, which is great because we do love to watch movies and play our Nintendo Switch. You know, when we are just hanging out, we can have all of our electrical stuff under there, which is really nice and hidden away. So far, definitely so good. Obviously, we definitely need some paint and stuff like that, but the amount of storage in here is something that we are very much looking for. And no microwave, full oven, which chef's kiss, we're big cookers. We hate microwaves. So obviously having a oven is huge for us. We absolutely hate microwaves. So that was a big thing for us that we liked. It has 3 stovetops, which is great. We realized that was broken, so that was kind of another thing. Okay, goodbye. But obviously this is things that we can talk down on pricings, you know. Obviously with it being a 2017, it is older. It's going to need a little bit more loving, but it does have all the main things that we are looking for, which is really huge for us. Try to get that back in there. The sink could definitely use some love too. There's some caulking around it, which he did not recently, where they took the microwave out, which just gives us more storage, which is nice. I would definitely love to put some like little hammocks in there for our fruits and vegetables, which is nice. We have some electrical stuff right there. He did add some power on the other side from the microwave, which is nice. He had just turned it on, but the freezer was pretty cold. Obviously, definitely needs a good cleaning, but even in the 20 minutes that he had turned it on before we got there, it was pretty cold in there, which is a good sign. Not as much fridge space, but something we could definitely make work. You just have to stop at the grocery store a little more often, but still bigger than a lot of stuff. Back to the living area. I wanted to check all the carpets and stuff, make sure like nothing was really peeling off. The carpet was in really good shape.
Carpet's
it wasn't
nice
dirty.
condition.
It's pretty soft, which, you know, pretty big for us. That table came with the RV itself, and then he built this side storage. If we did end up getting it, we might try to switch that out for just like a bigger L-shaped couch. The couch was actually a little more comfortable than I was expecting. And then this is what she's looking like on the outside. Dakota was kind of doing most of the outside stuff the entire time.
Would obviously need to get the box for up here. Definitely has some.
This is the electrical box that obviously has the battery, and on the other side it has the solar, which he installed himself. We would want to switch to lithium battery just because it's better lasting, but it is huge for us that the solar, it would already be on top of the RV. That would be one less thing that we would not have to do. Here is the pop-up on this side with the generator underneath it. And then walking to the back to the Whittle Ladder, and we'll go check out the roof so you can see. Obviously, work was done. Those are the solar panels, which he installed himself. They're sitting on some bricks. They did not have automatic trailer jacks, which Dakota didn't like at first, but the more research we did, we actually found out that sometimes it's better to do that because you can move it around a little more and you're not wasting as much power. Kind of just going back to that table, which I absolutely love. I love that they put that in there because it's just so much more counter space to make it feel more homey. Put some plants on there. Good morning. We ran out of sunlight yesterday, so we weren't able to finish the video after the RV. But overall, it was a little dingier than we were expecting. They didn't really have it cleaned up, and there was definitely some areas that could have like reused some paint. Obviously, they used the nicest pictures that they had for online. But overall, I really liked it. Them taking out, as you can see from the video, them taking out that couch area and adding more storage and space is huge for us. We cook a lot, and we found a lot of the same things similar between us and the couple that was selling it. They were traveling it full-time for 2 years. They did dry docking, which is something that we want to do a lot. So he made a lot of modifications by himself, which, you know, can be a good thing and a bad thing. We kind of believe that, you know, somebody that does their own work is going to put more love and care into it than bring it to a factory who is just kind of getting work done. But that also kind of puts into perspective that if something goes wrong, Dakota then has to fix however he fixed it, which isn't the biggest deal for us. So something we're definitely going to sit on. I liked it a lot, and I think for the price point, with it having everything that it has on it, you know, it's not brand new with all the bells and whistles, but I think it has a good bone to it.
No, and I agree. The more I think about it, the more I do like the trailer itself. A lot of the upgrades that he did made sense, like, and a lot of the maintenance that he's done throughout the years that they've had it, you know, it's stuff that I would have done myself as well. So it's been taken care of the right way. Like Sarah said, and to her point, I was just a little taken aback at first. I was like, oh, what did we just walk into?
Yeah, because we were expecting when he's like, yeah, come look at it. We thought, you know, it was going to be like beautifully clean and like how exactly how the picture looked. And we both were just like, oh.
Yeah, so it was stripped clean and then it hadn't been in probably close to, it hadn't moved for like a year, he said.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're gonna sit on it. We're gonna look at a bunch of other stuff.
We're not rushing into anything, but I think for the price that we can get for this, I think it would be something that we are really going to think into. You know, we're going to spend these next few weeks trying to look at other trailers and other stuff because, you know, we obviously have come to the conclusion that a lot of the newer trailers are built like total crap. So, you know, if we're going to be fixing stuff up anyways, why not get something a little bit older that already has all of this built-in stuff that's going to save us a ton of money and time, which is a big thing because we're running out of it.
Every day.
Well, that's it. We are in the parking lot to do some hot yoga and start our day here at 7:30 in the morning. Thank you for following along, and we'll be back soon.
See you next time.